What if we told you that there's a £274 billion audience that most brands aren't even talking to? Hey guys, I'm Georgina. I'm a campaign manager at Purple Goat Agency, and today we are at SocialDay event. We're going to chat to marketers to see if they really know the power of the purple pound. What is the first thing that comes to your mind when you hear the phrase purple pound?
First thing that comes to mind for me, political party.
Political party.
Trust.
Trust. And
It's money.
money. Yeah.
I've never heard that expression.
I've heard of the pink pound, but I've never heard of the purple pound.
I wouldn't know, but I would assume it's some kind of variation on the pink pound as an idea.
So many people have said the pink pound.
Feel like it would be like inclusion related. So my guess is it might be disability related.
Yeah. So the purple pound relates to the spending power of the disabled community and disabled people. How much do you think the disabled community in the UK spends every year? 74 billion, 150 billion, or 274 billion?
Billion is coming out a lot over these last few days. Let's go for the biggest amount. So what we'll see, billion, those numbers I can't distinguish between, to be honest, so they're all huge numbers, they feel. So I'm going to go for the biggest of those huge numbers.
You would be right, £274 billion.
274 billion in the UK?
In the UK alone. If I told you that the purple pound is worth more than Black Friday weekend and Valentine's Day combined, would that surprise you? No?
No, it wouldn't at all. Like, you've mentioned it's about disabled people. A huge part of our country and who we are, many people are disabled, more so than people actually think. A lot of disabilities are invisible.
What percentage of the UK population is disabled? 5%, 10%, or 24%?
I think it's more like 24%, because I believe it's 1 in 4, something like that.
Nailed it. Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
See, I do follow your social media and look at it, and you have been a social day before, so I've been swatting up.
She's learning, guys. She's learning. What do you think happens when businesses ignore 1 in 5 of their potential customers?
They exclude people. They also make people feel like they don't belong as a customer, and therefore they're going to lose a shed ton of money in the process.
Boom. That's it. End the video there. What do you think costs businesses more? Getting inclusion wrong or doing nothing at all?
Doing nothing at all, because I reckon most businesses take that approach.
Yeah. I actually had this discussion recently about the fact that businesses are often scared to start because it can be really intimidating.
Yeah.
But actually, by doing nothing, you're kind of shutting yourself out. What percentage of people do you think have walked away from a brand because of poor accessibility or representation? 24%, 37%, or 73%?
37?
37%?
It'd be 73%.
God,
Yeah.
That's painful, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. It's so painful. I mean, if you can't see yourself represented in using the products and the services, then how do you know that it's going to work for you?
Yeah, and I think, like, on a pragmatic scale, like, if you can't actually use it, like, how are you meant to? Like, they're not thinking about their entire audience base, are they?
Yeah, exactly.
That's a real shame. That's
It
sad
is.
to hear.
Yeah. Kind of on the same vein, how much money do you think businesses lose each month by not being accessible? We've got 5 million, 2 billion, or 1 billion.
1 billion?
It's actually 2 billion. So businesses are losing £2 billion every month because their products are not accessible, services are not accessible. It's not even necessarily like the disabled products or accessibility products. It's like if your business is not accessible, if your coffee shop isn't accessible, if your clothing store isn't accessible, if you're not representing people in your advertising or marketing, then are people going to come through the door?
No, they're not.
Exactly. On a scale of 1 to 10, how inclusive do you think marketing is right now?
I'm going to say a 4. I don't think there's a lot of valid efforts to be inclusive. I think it's surrounded by great people who have like the best of intentions. So in that way it is inclusive, but I don't think it's proactively inclusive.
What percentage of ads do you think feature disabled people? 10%, less than 1%, or 5%?
I think it's shockingly small. I actually think it's like less than 1%.
Yeah, it is.
Is it?
Ding, 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 ding. Yeah.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that is super depressing. I know it's annoying when someone says like the really drastically low or high number,
Yeah.
but honestly, it's so bad, and sadly, I'm not surprised by it.
Yeah.
That's a shocking delta. Yeah. Wow.
And that's why we exist. At Purple Goat, we focus on inclusive marketing so that we can bring it into a wider marketing strategy, and it doesn't have to be standalone. It's not difficult, and we can really embed inclusive marketing into the wider strategy. And yeah, as you say, I think it's painted by a lot of people who kind of want to do the right thing but don't know where to start, but also don't know how easy it is to start. And that brings us to it. That's us for today. And all of those interviews, those answers were amazing, but it just goes to show that despite the fact that more and more marketers are thinking about accessibility and inclusion, they don't realise just how much impact that can have on their business. So if you're ready to reach a massive audience, slide into our DMs and see how we can help you.